7 December Wednesday. This is a big video you really have to watch because this is going to be crazy. Warning, S&P 500 is heading towards 3780. Yes, indeed, the downside. Now, what is happening right now? Imagine if one broking company, one investment company tells you that to sell, okay, fine. 2, alright. 3, oh gosh. 4, and of course, if Nancy Pelosi is dumping shares, I think you really need to watch, right? All this information is ready for you today. So watch this and spot the special code too at the same time. And thank you, Ames, for the kind sponsorship. And remember, guys, do your risk assessment. Now, first of all, the big four. Yes, the big four. Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, JP Morgan, all right? They all come out and say the same thing right now. They're saying that now the current focus on cost, layoff, slowing down in hiring are really coming hard. And of course, they are saying that there is a very good chance that the US market will really see a recession in 2023. So of course, some people think that it can be avoided, but let me tell you this, if you are a person who follow history and pattern, it's impossible to miss. It's just that whether the selling will come during the recession or before the recession. And of course, you say, hey, what's this 4-1, right? Remember, Mike Wilson from Morgan Stanley, he already said that the bear market rally is running out of steam and most likely it's time to take profit right now. So this is all happening right now as we are seeing here. And of course, BTIG, all right, came in and gave a very incredible chart. This is the VIX inverted, as you can see. So whenever it inverts itself, right, this inversion and go to the high level, all right, this is where it is, usually the market will come off, okay? So always it has been performing. So that's the reason why I think that many of the firms right now are also following through. Now, of course, some people will say, Kel, if everybody's calling for sell, then of course, if the market can go up, right? Because if they're calling for sell, maybe they are lying to us. It could be just a conspiracy. Yeah, you're right. But if let's say they're calling for sell and the market is reacting, that means they are really selling. This is something that you must understand, okay? So the thing is this right now, right, in case you're going to ask who is BTIG. Now, this company is actually a firm that is actually owned by Condor Trading LP and Goldman Sachs. Okay, so that means it's like the mouthpiece of them. They offer strategic advisory, capital market services, initial buffering, and so forth. So that's why I say whatever they say, you really need to take note. And of course, it's actually found on Bloomberg Finance. Okay, all right. So I didn't get that from anywhere else. Now, of course, the beacon, right? Remember, Marco Kolonovic has been always been wrong for 2022, but this time round, he actually says that he's trimming bullish calls and expect recession risks. Now, this guy had been calling for buy many times. And of course, anytime call for buy, the market go down instead. And we call for sell, the market went up. So basically, he's like a beacon, right, in the other way. But then in November itself, right, on November 15, he actually came in and said that it's time to take some profit. But we all know that the market actually went up. After the time he called for buy, he called for sell, the market went up. So, but again, of course, right now, the market seemingly is near there. And of course, his competitors are now calling for sell. So probably I say finally he might be getting it right. So this is actually from JP Morgan, all right? And of course, there's something that I want to highlight that he said in the article back then. He says that he is looking to exit the long dollar bias, which is pretty spot on because the dollar came off, right, and back in November. And he says that it is to add additional exposure to corporate bonds, yeah, and focus on high yield. That's actually correct. And of course, something interesting, he said that remaining overweight commodities, right? That means like example gold and silver as a hedge for geopolitical risk and inflation. So basically, whatever he say looks pretty okay. So if now these guys are all calling for the same thing, what do you think will happen, right? So let's look at the chart right now for this. Now this is Bank of America stock chart last night, and oh my god, it lost 4% overnight. And of course, plus the previous day and the previous day, it lost more than 10%. So what actually happened? What leads to the selling and why the volume is so heavy right now? And the indicator is pretty clear that it's going to be more selling to come. So apparently, the CEO of this company, right, Brian Moynihan, right, I can't pronounce it correctly, but basically he is saying that, right, there's a chance of a recession, okay? And the thing is this, guys, okay? He mentioned something that we probably didn't notice that. Do you know that the earnings from the last 10 to 19 months itself, right, overall has been coming down. That means that earnings are not able to be the same level with inflation. So if that's the case itself, the credit crunch will come in because people are borrowing more money because they have no money at all. And if the inflation keep on rising up and their earnings is going down instead, then probably there's a very high chance a recession will be coming in. So this is something that you have to be take notice of that, because sometimes this is where all these things tells you, all right? And of course, we can see right now Visa coming down. Now, yesterday Visa lost another 2% yesterday. Now, what happened? Because we all know that Nancy Pelosi and husband, okay, both of them sold some Visa, but I didn't know how much was that until this morning when I realized that, oh my God, they sold $5 million worth. That's a lot. Now, to sell $5 million worth, okay, that means that they probably know something, right? So I feel that there's a high chance Visa can come down to 194 in the near term. Now it's at 209. If I see what I'm seeing right now, I think that there's a very good chance 194 could be coming in. And of course, when Nancy Pelosi is selling, if you remember, usually very soon the stock market will pull back, because the last time she did that itself, right, the market came off. So you look at S&P chart right now. This is the Fibonacci retracement projection. To show to you how I look at it. Now this is all the tops, which is incredibly the same level. Incredible, right? Okay. So based on this projection, right, you can see that the next target itself is very easy to be at 3780 for the S&P 500, and that is just the top, because you can see that the market now, although we have common grounds here, but it's getting lower and lower each time. So this is called a negative divergence, and usually that will be potentially more selling. And of course, the last time we saw this, it stopped right here exactly at the 61.8, and then after that, when you go down further, it again stopped at 61.8. So if you look at the projection down here itself, right, there is a chance for the S&P 500 to trade all the way down to probably 3,350 range if the selling really follow through at what we're seeing right now. And of course, 3350, 3400 was something that what JP Morgan was, Morgan Stanley was saying. So it seems that everybody has the same target. And of course, if everybody has the same target, most likely, if the market continues to sell, it will go there. So traders, you need to be very careful, because this can be very scary. And of course, you don't want to miss this run here as well, because if you actually get it correct and you make some money from it, you can actually do the selling. And then after that, you can pick the pieces from the bottom and buy up again. All right. So something to take note. Yep. Okay. So this is the Dow Jones, this is the NASDAQ chart, which I think that will have some effect. Now, the NASDAQ basically has broke below my 50%, which is 11,779 area. We can see over here right now, it's broke below it, and I suspect that there is a chance that we can actually see it going down to this point, my 61.8 level, which is like 10599. All right, this is a level that I think the market could be going. Okay, now if the market can do what happened back in October, it gets stabilized there and rebound, that'll be a good thing. But if the market really sell down below 10,599, oh my God, the market can go down all the way to 8,920. That is below the 9,000 mark. Now that will be very scary. And that is like basically whatever gains from pandemic time itself until now, you give back almost like 80%. Okay, so I can tell you this: my wish list that the market come down to 8920, so I can buy more NASDAQ shares at this price, right? But of course, the support is still be expected at 10,600, because that is where in October the market rebounded. All right, so let's take a look. But the indicator wise itself, right, shows that there is a very good chance that this will really come down, and it could be hard and it could be tough. All right, so how about the Dow Jones? Of course, the Dow Jones doesn't have any relevant technical high, but then again, this was the high back in cycle high in August, and the market broke it. So that was whereby a lot of traders were calling for buy, trainers were calling for buy, and I have my reservation, because this was, to me, it's called a BMB, big movement bar right here. And now you can see that the market basically purposely closed right on the support level. So if the market basically hangs around here, the market can be supported. But if the market loses that, then I can tell you this very easily, we will see 32,814 coming in. All right, 32,814 should be coming in. And of course, the moving average MA200 is critical. The MA200 now is actually way below it, all right, and that's at about 32,480. And of course, the last time we saw the market went below the MA200, we can see the selling was pretty bad. So if let's say the market really comes down to 32,480 by the time, and if it goes below the MA200, oh my gosh, this time now we could see really selling, man, my friends. So that is the reason why I felt that S&P 500 to go down to 3350 it is possible. Nasdaq to go down to 9,000, it is possible if everything goes according to plan. And of course, that is probably why Nancy Pelosi sold out. Now, some people have been talking about this property market in Singapore, and we all know that there's this tenant EC that was in Tampines where I stay. Wow, my God, 72% of the unit was sold on the very day itself. And I know that some of them was like in millions of dollars. So the question is this, all right, property tax will likely increase in 2023. You should know that, yeah? So is the property market going to go down? Now, last 1 month ago, they say that it will go down or it should be going down, but we noticed that it didn't really, right? Let's take a look here itself. Okay, so let's take a look here. Oops, okay. You can see that this index is all right. Some people didn't show you exactly the time frame, but this is actually here was 2020 February period. That was the start of the pandemic. So it was down a little bit. Okay, you can see here, but after that, right, look at the market. Wow, it went all the way up. So the thing is this, okay, during pandemic time, the market hardly really budged. So people ask me, is it possible that the property market in Singapore is going to come down if there's a global recession? I think that history has proven that there will be a little bit of downdraft, a little bit, but it will not be much because I say Singapore is just a dot and it's a limited lands. So probably, yes, there will be some recession coming in, people get lose job, there will be some people can't pay their dues, but then the effect itself may not be that strong, okay? And I think that, right, after that, when the Federal Reserve noticed that, I mean, if they purposely let the market to drop, right, then after a while later, they come and pivot the market. And of course, when they pivot the market, we can see some selling, then after that, it will just cease and then recover again. So yes, the property market, in my opinion, will come down soon, but I think that it will be just a little bit, then after that, sideways momentum. All right, that's how I feel about the property market, but I'm actually more focused on the stock market. I think that is more relevant. All right. Okay, so the thing is this right now, you can see on a screen here, let me just clear my screen here. Well, apparently, right, the overall private homes has rise about 9% for 2022, and there could be a higher chance that there'll be a chance that you could see 1.1% to 3% by 2023. All right, so all these information tells me that kind of like, okay, still not too bad for property market, yeah, not too bad. And of course, you can see from during the time of pandemic itself, the changes are not really much. Can you see that? So all these things tells me that okay, maybe Singapore market will have some resilience against this. But again, as I say again, the stock market is more important because the stock market is to sell. Usually, things may change, right, dramatically. All right, now the thing is this. Oops, there's some PowerPoint issue. Apology on that. I think I left my animation on this guy here. Apology. Let me just bring it properly down for you. Okay, guys, I left only 5 seats for my upcoming 19 intake. Right now, left only 5 seats. My cost is 1988. All right, so contact us through Facebook if you want to join us, because you can see over here yesterday, I gave my calls in the market. Now, I was wrong on my goal. So you see, even I lost money, we actually tell you the truth. We show you the evidence, and we really accept our losses. But of course, we make it back yesterday on the Dow Jones by shorting the Dow Jones, and easily we compensated the losses. So guys, I've been doing this for a while, and if you think that you want to join this I'll Follow You channel, you have to be a TWB student. Just join us and you can get this access. All right, this course will still be ongoing until February, and of course, if you think that my course have been pretty decent, then I think that you can make back your course fee rather easily with this assistant from here. All right, guys, okay? All right, remember there is a special code that I left somewhere in the PowerPoint slide. Quickly now, put in the code. By the way, all right, I think that someone has not contacted me regarding about the launch date itself. Let me just bring out your name. Your name is Shane, S-H-A-N-E, all right? So if you are Shane and you have not contacted us, please let us know, because if not itself by this week, if you still don't contact us, then your this deal will be expired, and of course you will not get the chance to have the lunch with me. All right, thank you very much once again. All right, let's go at the charts for today and see what we have for you. Now, first of all, the Dow Jones has basically closed below my 34,027 the day before, and you can see the market really tried yesterday and then came back down. So today, the opening price 33,621 is critical. If the market cannot stay above it, then I'm pretty confident that we will see this point coming in. That's my KFC level, and that's 33,117 level. All right, take note of that. Yep. Okay. So let's just look at the Dow Jones in terms of the this one here. Let me just bring it in. Okay, this is the 5% rule, remember? Okay, so you can see right here, right now, that this is the 90%, this is the 95%, the midpoint, as I mentioned to you, is at 34,181, and of course 2 days ago the market broke below it, and now we are here. So there's a very, very high chance, in my opinion, that the Dow will come down to 33,258. So from where we are right now, 33,683 to 33,258, that is about 430 points. Well, basically, if you short it down, you'll make about 430 US dollars. If you do 2 contracts, it will be as much as almost 900 US dollars. So that is good enough to join my course, right? So think about this. If the market breaks below OP, there's a good chance to see this 33,258. All right, so traders, take note of that. Yep. Okay. All right, let's look at today's market right now on my TWB system. Here we go. And let me just swing the Dow chart over. And then voila. Okay, so what we are seeing right now, the Dow Jones chart has did the second CCYR, yellow turns to red. That's why yesterday was a sell, and incredible, the market BNB was here. Now remember this, every time when the market is at the peak, usually we'll see a BNB. But this time around, this BNB is a positive BNB, but to us BNB, there's no positive, no negative, all right? So that's why once the market loses the BNB support level, which is at 33,600, right? This is crucial, okay? If the market loses 33,600, okay, there is a very good chance the Dow will see 32,572, and that is the level that I mentioned also, right? So that is going to be interesting because now the KSI is still green, but the KSI, the strength is actually losing it. So that means that the buying is still there, but it's losing strength. And the weightage itself is still very strong. So that means that, okay, that the market really is like anytime there's some selling, it will come off. So you can see that back here itself, right? The boys were buying back then, you can see over here, but the weightage has turned to sell. Hence, therefore, you see this happening. And that's why I want you guys not to be buying too much on the Dow Jones. Now, the NASDAQ is definitely going to sell because you can see my KSI combined with KRW combination has given me the great arrow. So as long as the market goes below OP today, now the OP today is 11,561. So it's now above OP because I think there's some what do you call bottom buying from some people. But once the market loses the opening price today, 11,561, I'm pretty confident the NASDAQ will come back down again to the BNB support level, which is somewhere about 11,509. Now yesterday you can see the NASDAQ hit that point brilliantly and rebounded. So that means this BNB technique itself is very accurate. It just had to follow through. So if the market loses here, then where would it be going? Oh gosh, they could go all the way down to 11,276. All right, okay. But of course, undeniable, if the market will go up instead, 11,619 will be the initial upside resistance. If it breaks it, more upside to go. So that is the two market. Let's look at S&P 500, the one that many people is asking. Look at it, guys. This is not a good news. S&P 500, the red arrow has appeared, and this and KSI and the KRW both turning red. Now, S&P 500 now is trading at 3951. 3940 is the MA200 level, and the thing is this is crucial. The market right now is trading slightly near to the BNB support level. If the market loses OP, which is at 3944, then I can be telling you this, I'm very confident that you'll see all the way coming down to 3864. Now, 3064 to 3951 is about 90 points. About 90 points, I mean the Dow would have dropped by at least 600 points. You think so? Well, it's all possible. So traders, be careful because MA200 is right here. And today we have MLP and MA30 both stacked right at the top. So if the market breaks below 3940, I believe that there'll be auto algorithm triggering and people will start to sell. All right. So that is the US market. Now, crude oil market. continue to slide last night. Crude oil basically has the new BNB and the support level of 76.84 I mentioned yesterday, and the market broke below it. Now, of course, if crude oil is coming down, the inflation is going to be reduced, right? By right, yes, indeed. But also, it may speak volume that the economy is not doing that well, and even China is coming back. Probably the demand is no longer there, so which means that there's a chance of global recession. Oh gosh! So if crude oil really continue to go down, there is a chance to see crude oil going on to $71. Now, some people ask me, Cal, if that's the case, what will happen to OXY? Well, OXY will fall further. And I say that wait for my cue, do not enter into OXY yet. Once I see the right call, I'll let you know. So let's look at OXY. OXY yesterday dropped below to $64, and I mentioned some people say, look, wait for 61, if not, try 58, okay? I think $58 is a very good bet for OXY. So let's just let the price go down further, okay? And you can see that my KSI, my KRW, both of them has turned red. So that's why you can see OXY share coming down. Pretty cool, right? So that's why you need to have this indicator. And this is actually available for version 6, all right? So of course, this will be shared during the upcoming class itself. Now, going back to crude oil, just to jump around, I want to show something here. You can see that crude oil also has a red arrow, right? That means that the selling likely will come in. So watch out for $71. Okay, so let's look at the Hang Seng market right now. Oops, sorry, there's some technical issue. Okay, Hang Seng. Now, Hang Seng is a little bit different. You can see the KSI and my KRW are actually green and cyan. So that is the reason why you can see the market is pushing up. But I just feel that 19251 will be tripped today, because if the US market is going to fall, then of course even you are pushing up itself, we can see that we can feel that it's because the Chinese government is pushing it up. Because you look at China's share right now, right, it's actually still moving towards the upside, but you can see the strength has been limited by the MA 200 level. So if I were to call for this, I think that it is possible to see 19251 the next 2 days. All right, so traders be very careful on this. Okay, then we have done the Hang Seng, and let's look at the Nikkei. Now, some people have been asking, hey, Cal, you forgot about Nikkei. Yeah, I think I forgot about it, but I haven't have my indicator yet, so apology, I'll skip the Nikkei. And let's just look at the two commodities right now. One of them is gold. Now, for gold and silver, let's look at silver first. Now, silver is showing some strength at the moment through the indicator. But the support level now from the BNB is still at this 22.16. So as long as silver stays above 22.16, we are okay. But if silver pulls back, then 20.81 is possible. Now, the thing is, there's the only reason why this silver can come down, because I believe that is to do with the dollar, right? So let's look at the dollar for a quick moment, yeah? Now, the US dollar, let me just let the thing, okay, the US dollar today has shown continued strength, okay? So you can see that we have a market reversal. It went down to a low of 104.11, and then now it's challenging the MA 200. So if we cross the MA 200, that means that the people are actually now again focusing on the interest rate environment, and then after that, if the dollar continue much higher, then of course commodity price will come down, like crude oil, gold, silver will come down. So traders, you need to take note of that. Now, something to add on, the VIX rebounded. I told you guys to buy some VIX below 920, and it has recovered. So yesterday, VIX went up to 22. So it was up by almost 7% in a single day. And I'm telling you this, based on what I'm seeing right now, there's a good chance that VIX is going to 26. Okay, so traders, take note, VIX is going to likely be going to the 26 mark. All right, I've been saying that, guys. Any below 20, just buy VIX. I've been saying that. Okay, and of course, the 10-year yield is now basically sideways. But again, I say once the market realizes that we have to focus on the interest rate environment again to combat inflation, this can bring it up. Okay, so that's the reason why I believe that if silver can come down, 2081 will be next. Now for gold, we can see that it has pulled back down from a high of 1804. Okay, sorry, I have 1810, and then it come back down. Now the support level for gold today is still the BNB 1765. Now yesterday the low was 1767. Today low is 1768. So as long as it stays over 1765, it's still okay. But the thing is this: if the dollar strengthens, then there is a chance for gold to come back down to 1753 to 1743. Now the only thing that you must watch out for is that if let's say the dollar strengthens, the stock market comes off, but the gold don't come down, that means that there is people hedging onto this, and that could actually be one key catalyst to bring gold all the way up to the BNB RL level, and that's 1810. So take note of that, guys. This is something is unusual, but it is possible because people are now getting afraid, and that could be a telltale sign for you to get out of stock market. Okay, this is the two of them. Let's look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum before we end this session. So for Bitcoin, you can see right now is basically doing the sideways momentum movement. Is basically the BNB RL is at 16811, and you can see the market have been hovering above this number. Very beautiful. Every time it come down, it rebounded, come down, rebounded, come down, rebounded, and of course you can see it exactly hit my extension. Beautiful. So my point is this: if the dollar is going to go up, right, then that means there will some pressure going to bring back Bitcoin. So today's the pivot 1 and pivot 2 is very near to one another. So if the market loses 16862, I believe that Bitcoin can come all the way back down again to 16180. So traders, you need to watch out for this. Yeah, this is actually very important. And last but not least is Twitter. Twitter is now hovering at the BNB support level, and that is 1251. But the KSI has already turned red, though the KCX is still blank, so there's a bit of a mixed bag here. But if the market loses the BNB support level, I believe 1194 it is really possible. All right, guys, so you can feel me right now that I believe that there could be a chance for the S&P 500 to really go down over the next few days. So you need to be very careful and don't buy anything. Wait for the right moment. All right, this is Kel signing off. Have a great day. Bye-bye.